Hey everybody. I just wanted to hop on here and share this video. I made this soap a couple days ago and I'm going to call it The Race with Trace. Anyway, hello, my name is Rhonda and I am the owner of Amazing by Grace LLC and Rhonda's Retreat Face and Body Bar. Anyway, this soap is one of 7 loaves of soap that I just recently got a wholesale order for. This lady wanted the Ocean Breeze there that I'd only used once, and it's been years ago, so I didn't realize, or I at least forgot, that this fragrance speeds up trace. What is trace? Trace is the chemical reaction that happens when you combine your lye solution with your oils and butters. So you saw that I just put that in there, and the first pitcher was just some extra water that I needed for this recipe, and there you see I'm pouring in the lye solution. Well, once I poured this in, it didn't take long for me to realize that this fragrance oil was going to really speed up trace. And so I started getting a little panicky. I didn't really notice it till I used the stick blender, which you'll see here in a minute. But I did stir it by hand to start with here, simply because I didn't know how it was going to behave. But when I started stick blending, it started seizing up on me pretty quickly. So I was kind of freaking out and knew I was going to have to work really, really quickly. So here I go with the stick blender and burping it there, getting the air bubbles out. But yeah, this all in all was a rather good learning curve for me. So I will be making this soap again, I'm sure, but I learned a few things while doing this. So next time I will do things a little differently, just to help slow down the trace, or slow down the saponification, which basically is what trace is it saponifies the soap mixture there, saponifies and brings about trace. Saponifies means the oils and butters connecting with the tray or the lye solution. Here I'm pouring off like 3 different amounts, so I'll wind up with 4 different containers, one of them being the glass pitcher that I have in my hand, because this recipe requires 4 different colors. The glass pitcher will have the white in it, so I didn't need quite as much as that, because that's just going to be the top of the soap, and you'll see why whenever I get to that point. But right now the soap base is really thickening up on me, and I do have to stir it to keep it fluid or be able to be worked, so anyway, I'm gonna start. Well, here I guess I realized I had put just a little bit too much in that pitcher, so anyway, I put some back in for the white, cleaning up a little bit of a mess there. And then I'm going to start putting the colors in. And by the way, this fragrance oil does smell really, really good. I really like it, and I hope the lady is pleased with it. I think she will be. Anyway, here I'm going to put the titanium dioxide in the glass pitcher for the top part of the soap. And I typically always start with the lightest color and go to the darkest color. And I'm going to be putting in the blue and the blue. Well, this is blue, but this color is from Mad Micas. Cannot recall the name of the color, but if anybody makes soap that sees this and you want to check out Mad Mica, they're definitely worth it. They have some of the most beautiful colors. Vibrant, really, really fun colors. And then this bag here you see, this is from Just Pigments, and it's a turquoise color. And Just Pigments has some beautiful, beautiful colors too. And every one of them that I have used from Mad Micas and Just Pigments all do really well in cold process soap. Some colors can morph or, change colors once they hit the lye solution there, or the soap batter. And I'm going to mix this up by the stick blender. I tried to do it by hand, but it just wasn't working. I hated putting that stick blender back down in there because I knew what that was going to do. And then I'm going to go on and I'll get each, see that soap batter was so thick that when I pushed the stick blender down into it, it poofed the color into the air. But yeah, I'm trying to mix these up as good as I can without using the stick blender too much. So later I will go back in and stir with my spatula to try to get it all mixed up. But I'm working quick here. That had really set up on me very, very quickly. And I seriously was not sure I was going to be able to pull this off. Trace was on my heels, that's for sure. I've never had a batter seize up on me completely where I couldn't actually work with it. It did not always turn out where there wasn't air pockets or, bare spots or open spots, whatever you want to call it, down in the loaf of soap. But this one really challenged me. You can see we're down in the bottom of the pitchers. It's not quite stirred in well. But like I said, I will go back and stir those up better before I put it in the soap mold. I don't know if you noticed the picture just before this one, the color changed, and I will go back and I put another color in it. I think it was the turquoise that I added to it because I didn't know what that color was going to do because it had turned like a gray and it was like really ugly. But that one there, it just turned a really ugly color. That is the one that I was referring to. Like I'd said, like Just Pigments and Mad Micas both, their color stays true, but this one did not. I'm not sure who that was from. But I'm putting a little turquoise in there and I'm going to stir it up again. And I think that saved the day as far as the color. As far as getting all of that soap in the mold, the day was not saved yet. It really was truly a test, a race against trace. But all in all, this soap really did. It turned out nice. And you will see at the end of the video, I show the loaf after I pulled it out of the mold, and then I show the cut. So you'll get to see each bar and the different patterns down inside of them, the layers, and the design. Look at the thickness of that. That is just bizarre. It was so thick I had to actually squish it and pound it down in there. Didn't have time to not be messy. I just had to get that soap batter in that mold. I'm going to pound it on the table over there. And then I took my measuring spoon there and squished and made some indentations down in the soap there to create like waves or different designs down in the soap. I wanted it to look like water. And basically the different levels of water, you know, as you go down deeper into the water, it gets darker. Or it just kind of has a changed color. You know, like when people paint or whatever, you'll see how they paint water to be different colors. Maybe it's because of shadows or whatever. I don't really know what does it. But anyway, that's the effect I was going for here. Looking for my paper towel. I'm going to finish it off here. I had to stir it up again because it was starting to get pretty thick. I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to get it stirred up where I could use it. But I did. I got it squished down in there. The interesting thing about cold processed soap, if it starts seizing up on you and you know, you just basically just need to stir it a little bit and it will kind of loosen up to a certain point. I mean, when it gets so bad, there's nothing you can do. It's just gone. But I was definitely working fast here and not having a whole lot of time to think. I just had to get it in there. I'm just like squishing it down in there, pushing and squishing and making sure I was doing everything I could to make sure there wasn't any air pockets or, you know, empty spaces down in there, which would leave holes in my bars of soap. I've been making soap since 2013, and I don't know that I've ever had this happen. I'm going to pound it on the floor there. The floor is the best thing because it's super solid. You can really get a good jolt on your loaf of soap when you pound it on the floor. Here I grabbed some or grabbed a piping bag thinking I would be able to put that soap down in the piping bag and pipe it on the top, but I quickly realized that wasn't going to happen. Getting a piping tip and the, I can't remember what they're called, but they go on the piping bag to hold your piping tip on. But anyway, yeah, I realized I don't have time to do all that. So I'm just plopping that white soap down on there. Doing my best to get every little bit of batter that I can. I hate wasting product. Always feel like I'm throwing money out the window. Okay. I think this is the last. And I'm going to start squishing it down in there. Trying to be sure I get every little corner and all the spaces filled in with the soap. What I wound up doing was just taking the back of the spoon and making it look like waves. I had done this before, but it's been a long time. And it really does turn out to be kind of neat looking. It's like white caps. That was the look that I wanted. And I think it did turn out to, you know, look like that. Plus I put glitter on the top of it, which resembles the sun shining on the water. You know how water sometimes will glisten in the sunshine. I'm gonna scrape off. There's a little bit on there. I'm gonna try to scrape off because I saw a corner that needed a little extra in it, and there was a spot there that was kind of had a gap in it, so I wanted to fill that in. And about right now I'm realizing, hey, this doesn't look too bad as long as there's no holes in the loaf itself. Okay, so this jar has the glitter in it, and there was just a little bit in the bottom. So I shake out what's left, and you saw me spray that was 91% isopropyl alcohol. That just helps cut down on soda ash. And a lot of times cold processed soap will develop soda ash on the top, which is nothing wrong with it. It just kind of gives it a kind of a, what do I want to say, a dusty look. It's something that can be removed, but I try to avoid it, from the start by putting the alcohol on it. And then I just sprinkled the glitter on top of it. And it also helps the glitter to adhere. Okay, here I am back this morning with this soap that I made yesterday. It really didn't turn out nearly as bad as I thought it would be. There's a few little sunken in spots, but it's not bad. I'm gonna be okay with it as long as what it looks like when I cut it. I mean, if there's not holes in it and stuff, it'll be perfectly fine, because I love the color variations. It's supposed to look like water. And then what I did with the top was try to make it look like white caps, on the ocean, because the fragrance of this soap is called Ocean Breeze. So I thought it'd be kind of neat to have the top to look like white caps from the wind blowing. So anyway, I'm gonna cut this and I will be right back to let you see the cut. Thanks. All right, let's see what this baby looks like. I'm gonna put it on the multi-bar soap cutter, line it up, and give it a look. I'll show you guys each bar so you can see the difference, the variations in the designs. Hopefully it's gonna be good, no holes. Huh. Well, the end pieces don't look bad. Here's the other one, and like I said, these are just the end pieces. So, but let's pull a couple out of the middle. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I'm really, really happy with the way these look. Yes, so far so good. No holes. There's just a faint little hole right there, but it doesn't go through. It just is a tiny, tiny little indent, and there's one there too, which doesn't make any difference whatsoever. But I'm so far, like I said, I am really happy with the way these turned out. I didn't know after the way this fragrance oil caused the batter to seize up on me so quickly yesterday. It was crazy. I love that. Yes, yes, yes. I'm very happy with this. But it was definitely a race with Trace yesterday. I didn't know if I was going to be able to do this, you know, pull it off or not. I was kind of freaking out. I'd only used this fragrance oil once before, and it was years ago. But when I had, there's a little white spot there, but that will come off. When this lady asked for this fragrance, I'm like, yes, I do have it. And anyway, didn't realize that, you know, it was going to speed up Trace. But it sure did. But I won. I won the race. Those little white spots will rub off. That's just a little bit of titanium dioxide. I'm thinking it's from pulling it down, you know, the cutters coming down through it. So, yes, now that's supposed to be there. That is just part of the soap, part of the design. There's some there too, a little spot there. You can just faintly see them. But all in all, guys, I am super happy with the way these look. I like the color variation. You got kind of the green down here, and you got a dark, murky looking water, and then on the top, you know, the water is bluer, and then of course the white caps from the wind blowing, because it's called ocean breeze, right? So anyway, that is it, and yeah, I think I will make this soap again, this design. I love it. Love the way it turned out. I love the smell of it. I love everything about it. So it's definitely a keeper. So anyway, thank you guys for watching, and I will see you again soon.